Well, a lot has been happening in the country, but I'm coming to you, Dr. first, because there seems to be a lot of undertakings, and the profession with which you belong, being an economist, you have been branded literally in the first 6 years of the president's government as doomsayers, as the prophets of doom, because you predicted that in the event that nothing does change or the conduct of the political handling of the economy is not well managed, then we are going to be on the abyss for more aftershocks because of the mishandling and the mismanagement of the economy. Do you read perhaps as this report, the coming together of the top leadership, the top echelons in the country, as perhaps being the third key of economic progress for Kenya? And what do we need to avoid then in order to avoid, what do we need to don't do to avoid such an economic mess that we're witnessing at the moment?
I think the origin of our problem as the country has been political in nature. Because economically, Kenyans are very enterprise people. This is a society that is very powerful, a society that knows business, wherever they have been. You have heard of Kenyans in Tanzania, Kenyans in South Africa, Kenyans everywhere. They are there because these are people who are actually adventurous when it comes to business. They are doing that has made this country to the position that we are in is the political class. When there is uncertainty in the country, when the investors don't believe in the leadership that is in place, it becomes very difficult for the investors to put their money in place. So the necessary prerequisites that we should have as a nation is to enhance peace and security for our people, security for the investors, security for the assets of those who are investing. You cannot invest in a society that you are not sure of the next day. So the beginning of our success in the economic side is the political stability that we must put in place. Okay.
Do you find it problematic then that in the years to the build-up or the months to the build-up of the handshake or the coming together of the two principals who yesterday say it took them some 19 hours before they came to address the media, that the president, the government generally was holding its nose amid the economic crisis point in the country, and that does it not bother you or other Kenyans for that matter, or the leadership in the country, that at this particular time we need to be more cautious, and going forward we need to put the economic jargon into proper use, because apparently we seem to be in mess owing to the revelations or the statements made by the CBK governor Njoroge that the former CS Rotich messed up the economy by borrowing spree that never ended, and the president's lack of ending the begging bowl culture.
I think personally I don't buy that idea of a single condemnation of the cabinet Rotich.
Former cabinet minister.
Why? It is because when this government came to power, it had all the ambitions that were before them, that they had pledged to the nation, that this is what we are going to do. And the little resources that our country can collect through the revenue, our KRA could not meet the targets. And then by not meeting the targets, it means they had to go an extra mile to borrow funds from outside the lenders. The only mistake that happens is that the government went for the commercial loan instead of the soft loans, which of course in this case could be cheaper as compared with what they borrowed. So what we are now paying is double or triple the original capital that was borrowed by the government. So the issue of saying that Rotich really messed up the economy, it is uncalled for, because he was just a mere servant implementing the government policies.